It is. I don't want to lie because there's always that one person who's just going to take chances.
Yeah.
Who's just basically
Yeah.
going to overrule whatever it is that you're saying on Tlalonya. So basically, when you backbone, man, it's very important in this
Yeah.
business because everybody, like I always say, my role. Get your mob justice. Because number one, it's like you have the client, and then you have your CEO or your boss, and you have your subordinates, and you have basically the guests. When they're not happy, they know, okay, there is this Emily. Where is Emily? Everybody's
Everybody
looking
wants a
for you.
piece.
So when everything goes wrong, they know, here's the scapegoat. Whether it was your fault or not, but they're always looking for someone to blame. So it's intense. So when you don't have the backbone to say, when you cannot stand your ground, it becomes a lot more difficult because you have all these parties who just want to take advantage and who believe that they can do your job way better than you. And when you give them the platform and like, you know what, go ahead, please do it. You find sure. You just see all the mistakes and you're just like, you can just relax because clearly you don't have the experience to do what I'm doing.
I think the most damaging when it comes to that is the influence they start having around other people. Because they'll start bad mouthing. As you said, it started, when you still have that, you're the leader, the boss, people tend to have that fear. Okay, this person is the boss and stuff, and then you show that, and then even if they talk about you, right? They don't talk about you to that extent. It's a very limited conversation, and then otherwise, in case it falls on the wrong ears, right? But when they realize it's soft, then now you become sort of a punching bag. You're talking about so and so, and then in your own workplace, in your own territory,
you say that
you are the target.
You always are, hey. Because I remember when I first started in this space, to a certain extent, I was a people pleaser, and I still am. But now I know there should be a limit to such. When I started, because I wanted to keep all parties happy, but at the end of the day, nobody was happy because number one, when the client would say, no, I want everything done, for instance, 8 o'clock in the morning, I run back to my team and I'm like, you know what, this client wants everything done 8 o'clock in the morning. They have less time, number one, to basically prepare. So when I go to them, I don't wanna tell you the experiences I went through. I don't wanna tell you basically the depressing. Because now you're trying to basically please everyone, and when you go to one party and you say this, they interpret it in their own way. And when you go back to that other party and say, instead of doing this, how about we do this? They interpret it in their own way as if you don't want to do the job. So basically just trying to balance, but now I've learned to be graceful but have a bit of footek in the mix.
Somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. I was like, it was blind. Relax. Because when you don't do that, everybody wants to walk all over you, hey?
Yeah, and life is hard. People do that, they'll do that. Life is hard. And when I mean hard, it's hard for everyone. So when someone gets that break to,
and then to a certain extent, that's what I wanted to say. It's like, to a certain extent, they also want to flex, we can basically tell this person what to do and then they will do it. And basically, they want to establish their authority because you find that as much as this person has worked with that company for a certain number of years, they don't have the experience you have on Kalanya. For instance, more the event where I'm working, I can leave more than 6 months. But I found people who work there longer than I have. And because they understand the company culture, they've worked there longer. They want to, there's a certain you can't tell me anything. As much as, Joe, now I know what I'm doing. I know my job. I understand my job. But they have the thing, and even if you try to work with them with the utmost respect, you just have to say, Joe, this is my show. And you're part of it.
Because you can see they're not coming with peace.
They're not coming with peace. So
something I've noticed is you know, when you go to a different job or something, people have worked there for so long, they start to think it's their second home. I mean, it has to be.
No, and then you know the worst part, is that they are very close with the boss.
Yeah.
So even if you try to say, okay, this is the direction you're taking, they know, hurry, whatever you say or do, the boss will always side with them because of their relationship. It gets a bit frustrating because, number one, as much as I'm representing the company, I'm also representing the client. It's like I am the middle ground. I want both parties to work together to ensure that this particular project is a success. Now, working with these individuals who are always trying to undermine you every step of the way, and when you look, the management is allowing it.